It's facts, not fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go and flip this.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 209 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-hosts Nick Theories and Philly Phil. Thank you to everybody that's tuned into the live stream. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. Thank you to everybody that likes, follows, and subscribes to all of our platforms. Philly Phil's actually not here. My bad. Bro's down for the count. He'll be back next week, though.
Yeah, we miss Philly Phil, man.
I know.
It's so weird without him.
I know. I miss Bro. I haven't seen him since he was in Bali.
And his bad arch.
Yeah, it's porous.
Poor. It's terrible.
Yeah, it's.
But yo, that video, his wedding video was fire.
Bro, the preview is better than
fire.
my entire video.
Really?
My wedding video is awful.
Why? What's bad about
it? It's just
the
unclear. The clips that we got are just trash.
Oh, you also got married, what, 2016?
Yeah, but I mean, I can't visually
Holy
watch
shit.
my day.
That was 2016, bro.
I know, 8 years.
That's crazy. That's
8
amazing.
years ago.
Yeah.
8 years ago.
Wow. But yeah,
Doing
that was
better than
amazing.
ever.
That video was fire.
I know.
I hope I make an appearance in that video. I wasn't really in that video. I thought I was.
I'm sure
I was
we will.
lit.
I'm sure we will.
It was lit.
Yeah.
It was lit.
I'm sure we will. All right, let's do it. NFL is coming back finally. Tomorrow is our last. No, tomorrow will be whatchamacallit. It's our first Thursday of football, and we have it until February. Which
Hall
is,
of Fame games tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. And then we have football every week now until February, which is amazing. Especially for us, we can get back into making content and shit and get going.
Yeah, rock out for real.
I was doing some fun content today. I got some buzz, got snapped on.
Yeah, that was great. That was great.
Well, I put it forward when somebody makes a comment and I click on their page and I check it out. And it's like, if you're going to troll me and you have he, him in your bio, I automatically know at that moment you're not a rational person. So I can easily attack that. And I can get you very butthurt because you're worried about your social credit score. And then we could go from there. So
it was interesting. You did fuck up spelling Wednesday wrong.
Well, it's been like that for about a year.
Bro.
And I never knew that.
I never even noticed it either.
I'm actually upset.
Why?
Because you didn't even tell me. It was on Wednesdays.
Well, I was
cracking up when he said that too. When he first said it, I was like, no way. And then I looked and I'm like, holy shit, it's been like that for a year. But I'm a wannabe podcaster. I got to be better.
Yeah, you do got to be better.
I do got to be better, bro.
You got to check your spell check.
I didn't know. I haven't known that. Whenever I switched that a year ago, when we stopped going from 2 episodes to 1 was when I did it. So it's been like that, like I said, for
that was a funny comment though.
It was hilarious. That's why I put laughing faces.
Yeah, but like your comment was even like wittier. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because you had a good comeback too.
Yeah, I said I will do my best to use spell check as long as you can agree to stop trying to increase your social credit score.
Yeah.
And that's all it was.
Crazy cat guy. Was that what it was?
Yeah. I mean, you're a grown man and you call yourself a he, him, and then say you're a crazy cat guy. I don't understand. I don't understand that.
Those people are weird, man. Like,
you know what? It's almost as weird as the other comment that blew up today in regards to the Yankees fan punching the Phillies fan.
Yeah.
And I said, any grown man that acts like that about a sports team it's humiliating behavior.
Well, we don't know the context of it though. What was the context? Were they arguing about sports, or did the guy say, "Hey, you know, I'll knock you out" or something? And the guy was like, "Okay, then swing." You know, we don't know the context of it, but I get what you're saying.
You're fist fighting somebody over a baseball game,
which is supposed to be exciting, fun.
You got kids there.
Yeah.
You can go there and have fun, and I will stand on this until the day I die. When me, Tom, and everyone went to Green Bay, we were in that bar doing Eagles chants and having a good old time, and every single person in Green Bay in that bar were booing. We were shooting pool. They were booing, having fun, making fun of us, joking. They never, ever got like that. They never got.
But that's not the first time that happened, though. Like,
no, and it's not just Philly.
But my thing is, like, if that wasn't a Philly fan that got hit,
yeah,
would you feel that type of way?
Yes, because I think it's embarrassing, period, for anybody to get in a fight over a sporting event.
But that wasn't the first time though. Like we've seen a lot of like clips,
and I always
just in the past,
and I've
like,
always said the same thing. Anyone getting in a fist fight at a game, like when you see them in the stands and the guy gets punched in the face and rolls down seats, and I just look at them and I'm like, why? Why?
I think it's crazy. Yeah, I think it's dumb.
Like, why do you do that?
How do you get yourself in that spot too? Like when I go to a game, like I don't even know like how people get involved in that.
It's alcohol. It's people with no hobbies that for some odd reason latch onto a sports team. I root for the Eagles. I root for LeBron James. I root for the Phillies, the Sixers. I'm into it. Like when he misses, I'm like, oh my God. Or when they don't score a touchdown. But at the end of the day, like I'm rooting for the team that I like, the players that I like. I would never fist fight somebody.
I'll talk
or
shit.
Do anything like that.
I'll talk shit, but I feel like that's fun of the.
That's part of the
game.
Gamemanship.
Yeah, it's gamemanship, but it's also like competitiveness. Like it's like I'm like you like Dallas, but I like the Eagles, and I know when they play, we're going to battle, but I'm never going to knock you out or punch you or try to hurt you because you like Dallas. I'm not like
Spanos
that.
was a Cowboys.
I think that's
fan,
crazy.
Dude. Me and Spanos used to go back and forth with the Cowboys and the Eagles all the time. That dude's like my homie.
Yeah,
not like he actually is my
Jay's a Cowboys fan. Jimmy, yeah,
like it's just normal people.
Yeah, exactly. But like I don't ever feel the need to like want to physically hurt somebody over a sporting event. I never even I can't even picture myself in that mode.
No, never. I got way too much to get worried about.
I'm there to be like excited about the game, like kind of on the edge of my seat, like yo, what's about to happen? Like every sporting event could be historic. You could go to a no-hitter.
Yeah.
You can go to a complete game. You can go to something awesome. Like, you don't know, right? So, like, I don't know. Like, I feel like that's always exciting when you go to these things. So I don't even think about, like, that element. Like, I don't even know how people get themselves in that situation. That's what's
humiliating
like so
behavior.
It is.
All right, let's go to the NFL. DJ Moore signs a 4-year, $110 million guaranteed contract with the Bears with 2 years remaining on his deal. What do you think about that?
I thought that Chicago got ahead of the curve, man. I think, with the salary cap going up, I think they did what every business was going to do. They're going to pay their employees right now because in 2 years, when he's up for a new deal, that number is going to inflate by 20, 30 million guaranteed or more. Right. So you have to look at the numbers. I thought the Bears got ahead of it. I think, their front office are shrewd operators. I thought they had a really good offseason. Like, I thought the Bears really knocked it out of the park.
They probably won the offseason.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, like they got new life over there. Like nobody talks about Justin Fields on the Bears anymore. Like I feel like they kind of turned the page. Like I kind of feel like that is gone. So I feel like Caleb Williams coming in there, them getting Keenan Allen and other veterans along with them, like with Caleb Williams on a cheap rookie contract. I thought they nailed it, man, because that's what you do when you have a rookie quarterback. You got to load up. And it makes sense. Like, cause I was like, before the pod, I was kind of going through like all the cap space numbers and shit. And I'm like, yeah, if you have a rookie quarterback, put all the chips in the middle. Like if it makes sense, right? Like if you're New England, then you kind of have to kind of tiptoe your way because one piece isn't going to propel them. They're looking for multiple pieces. So they're looking for an offseason where they can get multiple pieces on the offensive side and not just one. They should just get one because they should help out Drake May, but they feel like going into the season with their wide receivers, they must feel pretty decent. I don't know. But
the other thing about that is like good for DJ Moore.
Yeah.
But last year he had 96 catches, 1,364 yards, 8 touchdowns without a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I forget the dude's name that came in. I forget that guy's name, but whatever. But even so, with Justin Fields isn't a good quarterback.
Would you take Smitty's contract or would you take DJ Moore's contract with 2 years remaining?
Smitty, because Smitty, I can't even believe he signed that.
He got $25 million a year.
Yeah, but he only got 3 years.
Yeah, but he got $25 million. That's pretty good. He's up there in the cap space.
But the thing is with Smitty, I would take Smitty over DJ Moore. I think those two are around the same. I would just give Smitty the edge. Now, that can change. I think DJ Moore's a hell of a receiver. We'll see how it is with Caleb. But the problem is there's a lot of mouths to feed over there. DeAndre Swift, Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen, and Cole Kmet. What can he be with a real quarterback? So that the Bears are going to be one of the more interesting teams this year. Do I think they're going to be good? I think they're going to be on the decent, like they're not going to be a walkover, but they're not going to be as bad as they were with Fields.
Yeah, I agree.
On the offensive side, and I don't really think that's debatable. And here, the thing with Fields is he's not very good when he throws a 60-yard pass in OTAs and he completes it and everybody's raving about it. And it's like, the dude's there's no defender.
No, I understand.
You better make that throw.
Yeah.
When a guy's suffocating you, can he put it in position over the shoulder, hug the sideline for the receiver to make an adjustment and catch the ball? That's what he can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with Caleb, like I said, he's going to be better than Fields. He probably already is, to be honest with you. But I think it was good for DJ Moore. I think it was, like you said, the Bears were ahead of the curve because he pulls in another 1,400 yards. That's just, it's going to blossom. And that's just the way it goes. But we're going to start getting into the pricing now because I want to go to quarterbacks because Jordan Love and Tua got deals. Jordan Love became the highest paid quarterback in the league, 4 years, $220 million. What do you think about that? Because for me, I thought it was premature. However, the problem is the Packers, he sat for 3 years. So now he's like, well, I sat for 3 years. I'm at the end of my deal. I want a deal. You saw what I did the back half of the season. But the thing is who's to say that Jordan Love is like that? He showed glimpses. He put a beat down on Dallas. He should have beat the 49ers. He played well. It's just every single time, and I say this shit over and over and over. Why does every quarterback need to become the highest paid player if you're not doing shit like that? Like it's gonna, and I will say this, we're gonna get there, but
no, I'm with you. I'm on your team. I don't know why every time there's a new contract, somebody has to up somebody.
Jordan Love should not even be one of the top 5 paid quarterbacks in the league.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
It's not,
because at this point, you might as well just sign CJ Stroud.
Correct.
If we're going this route.
Correct, because at that point, CJ Stroud's going to get $70 million in 4 years.
After this year, because this will be year 2, they'll probably sign him. Right? Because then you have 2 years on his rookie deal, and then his new deal kicks in.
Yeah.
Or he's a first-round pick, so he'll have 3 years.
He gets 3.
So he'll have an
and then a 5th-year option.
So there you go.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to sign him ASAP.
But then you look at it, and
depending
it's like,
on how they do, but
here's the thing: Tua got 4 years, 212. He's not the highest paid quarterback in the league.
No,
but my point is that.
But he was close. He was second.
I know that, but here's the thing: Tua has shown you what Tua's about over time.
Yeah, but fuck all that, man. Like my thing is like, why do we keep raising the bar for that? Because my thing is like, you're only hurting your own team.
Correct.
From retaining players and signing free agents in the offseason. Like, look, would you take $50 million? Absolutely, bro. Like, who wouldn't? But at the same time, it's like Tom Brady did it right. He took less, and what happened? They were able to build their roster.
That still confuses me, though.
It is kind of because they never got the wide receivers.
Correct. They always. But the defense was where it was built.
Right.
And then he was just so special that he was able to make do.
Right.
And that's why Tom Brady. How do I say this? Patrick Mahomes this year did what Tom Brady did for the better part of 20 years. He took mid-level guys with a dominant tight end and went and won a Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Tom Brady did because Tom Brady was that special of a player. Now we will see if Mahomes can do it, which, more power to him if he can. I want to see that.
Yeah.
But that's the method. Like Mahomes is the 11th highest paid quarterback in the league. And there's not a quarterback on this planet within that's even in the same conversation as Patrick Mahomes.
No.
Truthfully. Like there's really not. He is in a class of his own. Like, how you say in the quarterback GOAT, it's like Tom Brady, and then it's like, who are you arguing for second? Manning, Rodgers, Elway, which one? Montana. It's like, okay, well, right now it's like, who's arguing for second? Lamar, Allen, Burrow, Rodgers. That's how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, like when you say those names versus Patrick Mahomes, like I'm thinking like, yeah, they're like light years away.
It's not even close.
Yeah. Like,
and for Patrick Mahomes to be the 11th
and don't get me wrong, like these guys, They have accolades. They have MVPs. Like, I get it. I like that. That's great.
How many MVPs Josh got?
Is that where we're going?
No, I was just curious. I didn't know.
That's not the point. The point I was making is like Lamar has 2 MVPs, but he's so far away from Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen gets 40 touchdowns a year, but I feel like he's so far away from Patrick Mahomes. Not even close. But like it's just it comes down to just 1 or 2 plays though, because if Josh Allen wins that playoff game, that might have changed a little narrative.
A little,
right? You know what I mean? Because who's to say that Josh Allen doesn't win the Super Bowl that year?
He does win the Super Bowl.
And I'm just saying, right? But like, so there is a lot of things that can argue your point to make them feel a little bit closer to Patrick Mahomes. But when you actually sit back and look at the accolades, look at the statistics, look at the teams that he's had and what he had to deal with in terms of the wide receiver position, since Tyreek Hill left and still won a Super Bowl, you got to tip your cap, bro. Like, what are you supposed to say? Like, he's better than these guys, and it's not close. So, like, when you said Lamar, Josh Allen, and Burrow, like, I'm just thinking, like, bro, they're not even in, like, they're not close.
It's put it this way. There's such a gap that people give Joe Burrow massive amounts of respect simply because he's 3-1 against Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat him in the playoffs to go to the Super Bowl. Like, that's just the level of brilliance that Patrick has. But again, going back to him being the 11th paid player,
I think it's crazy.
When you look at this shit and it's like not for nothing, Jordan Love makes more than Joe Burrow. I don't even understand that. Everything cool?
Yeah.
I just can't wrap my head around that. I really can't. I can't get over it. Dude.
Yeah.
Well, who do you trust more, Love or Tua? Which deal do you trust more?
I mean, look, that's tough.
And it's a hard question because here's the thing. What Jordan Love showed over the back half of those 8 games, it was like, all right.
It was special.
It was. And it's like, special, okay, bro. Here we go.
It was special.
They did it again. And it's like Tua, and it's like, what Tua is. He's a good quarterback. Miami had to pay him. They haven't had a quarterback since fucking 2000. But it's like, you understand that. Is Tua ever going to be a top 5 guy? Probably not.
He was playing top 5 ball last year, though.
I know that.
I would say in the first, 6 games?
Can you trust
MVP? But he was damn near. But
I know that. But my thing is can you trust Tua in all elements?
No.
That's the problem.
But here's the problem too, though. I've seen Tua perform in the snow, and he's won
against Buffalo. I remember that.
Like,
I know exactly
what game you're talking
about. Yeah,
that is etched in my brain. So when people say the narrative of him playing and like him not being able to play in bad weather games, I don't think that's true.
But here's the thing: when I watch Tua play quarterback, I say, "Oh, that dude can play quarterback.
He can play quarterback.
He's good."
I think he's inconsistent, and I think that's probably a good term. I think Tyreek Hill helps him. I think Jalen Waddle helps him. Like, I think having those 2 players and having elusive backs that you can just throw swing passes to and get 70 yards, that helps your stats, which helps your case to get paid. So like like all of those things do matter. So like, but if I had to go with a quarterback, I probably would take Jordan Love because I think he's set up for better success just because I think he's in the easier conference. Like, I think Green Bay is up and coming. I think they have young wide receivers, and I think they have camaraderie. Like, I think they're going to be set up for long-term success. I think Tua and Tyreek and them, I mean, I would argue they have probably like maybe 2 years, 3 years. But I think Love and them, I think you have 5, 6, 7 years, good years, great years.
I think more than
potentially.
That,
well, I'm just saying, like, things do happen.
I got you.
Injuries and trades happen with their wide receivers. Because I'm thinking they're going to keep their nucleus. They got good ball players over there.
Yeah,
they got Jaden Reed. They got Christian Watson. We'll see. He's got to
stay healthy.
Yeah, he's got to stay healthy. But they have like Dontavian Wicks. They got good ball players.
Dontavian Wicks is actually really good, and they brought in Josh Jacobs, who should take a lot of pressure off of Jordan Love.
They have a good squad, bro.
The thing that for me, when I watch Jordan Love, and you watch him operate in the pocket and throw the ball, I swear it's like a spitting image of Rodgers. The quick releases, the weird angle throws, and he puts it right on the button.
Yeah.
Now, he sat for 3 years, so it took him 8-9 games to get going. But once he got it, it's like, all right, here we go. So I do understand that. And look, it's tough because it's like, I really want to root for Tua, and I do root for Tua, even though I didn't like Tua coming out of college. But I started to get on the train when it was just kind of like where I'm watching everybody praise Herbert, and I'm like,
why didn't you like him?
It wasn't that I didn't like him. It was more of like
was it the lefty?
No, I fuck with lefties.
See, like I feel like a lot of people disrespect him because he's very unorthodox in a way.
To me, he's not
your standard, like, I don't know.
He's like short, he's awkward, he gets injured a lot. And I'm like, I just didn't think that he had that. And it was like they're comparing him to Drew Brees. And I'm like, what are you doing?
That's not true.
You know what I mean?
He ain't Drew Brees.
So when I saw
Drew Brees, cuz.
And yeah, facts. And like the other thing was like when I started coming around on him, it's like, all right, yo, you're playing good football. And I'm watching the guy that you got selected ahead, which everybody killed you for, get blown when he hasn't accomplished anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's when it started to bother me. And I love Herbert. I am a Herbert fan. I'm on the accountability side where it's like, how come every time a quarterback list comes out, we have Herbert as like the 5th or 6th guy? What is that?
It goes by talent. They look at
that's
his
cool
overall stature. Like they look at his,
and I get that because
his physical build, his
throwing
tools.
from the pocket, you can make an argument that Herbert's the best in the game. Just simply throwing from the pocket. That's how good he is throwing. But at some point you have to produce. At some point you do. But like
I know, but it's like what are we constituting production? Are we constituting production as Super Bowls?
You got to win.
I get that. But only one team wins in the end.
I'm not saying Super Bowls. But my thing is he's had wide receivers, running backs. And it's always, it's Brandon Staley. Oh, it's injuries. Oh, this one got hurt. And it's like, if he is that guy, he needs to be the one that mends that gap.
So why do people have Dan Marino in the top 5 conversation then?
I don't know. I wasn't born in 1970.
Because like, if we're going by that, right? Like if we're saying you gotta win, right? Like you have to
win.
Right. So that's a disconnect for me. It's like I feel like the errors are kind of colliding in a way, because I feel like if Dan Marino grew up in this era, he would be crucified. He wouldn't be loved. But back in the day, he was loved, and he wasn't crucified.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's
the disconnect.
That's fair.
For me.
That's a fair point.
Because what would Dan Marino be for you in today's NFL? Like who?
I'm not that familiar with him, dude. I didn't really get to see him.
I'm talking about like never winning the Super Bowl, but was like, whoa, like he was like, holy shit, like he was
a great quarterback.
Machine.
A great quarterback that couldn't get the job done.
I don't know any quarterback that didn't.
What?
Like thinking about like great quarterbacks in this era, who didn't win a Super Bowl? Phillip Rivers is one. Who's another one? That was
Donovan.
Great. Like I'm talking about great.
Donovan.
All right.
I mean, look, that might be controversial. Donovan guy was a great quarterback.
I'm not going to argue
and he
with
didn't
that.
win it.
That's fine. But I'm talking about like recent memory. Like who was an all-time great quarterback that like he didn't need to win a Super Bowl to be the Hall of Fame. That's
Drew Brees.
Well, Drew Brees won.
I'm saying if he didn't. Drew Brees
who didn't win the Super Bowl that had a Hall of Fame career without a winning the Super Bowl. Who in recent memory? I don't even know.
Fucking know. Flock. Now he won a Super Bowl.
But but you see what I mean, though? But Dan Marino would have been fucking crucified in today's NFL versus back then. It's
also social media.
That's what I'm saying.
But here's the thing: you don't love those players until they get older. Like LeBron right now is hated. In 15, 20 years,
he's gonna be loved.
He's gonna be revered.
They're gonna be like, holy shit, dude! We got to see one of the greatest athletes ever.
Yeah,
not just basketball, just in the world.
Think about this. Look at Tom Brady. I hated him. Tom hated him. Everybody hated him. But there gets to a point where it's just like you can't say anything anymore. But the thing with Marino is most people point to his stats align with today's quarterback.
Absolutely.
And back then they didn't throw the ball the way they do now.
Right.
So I kind of do understand that angle if you're trying to make that, if you were, in our age back then. What?
But how didn't you win with those stats?
But to me, that's a knock.
Yeah, right.
What do I knock Rivers for?
I'm not even knocking him for not winning.
But what do I knock Rivers for? You had the number one offense and the number one defense in the league, and you missed the playoffs.
Not winning. Right.
So,
but that's the thing, though. So, so he's Philip Rivers. Philip Rivers had the same career as Dan Marino, but Dan Marino was.
I said that was the first player I said. Philip Rivers.
Dan Marino was more gifted, you could say, in terms of.
I mean, if you want to say release and throwing it.
Yeah, passing. Yeah, absolutely. Don't get me wrong. Philip Rivers is awesome.
I won't go that far.
But he wasn't no Dan Marino in terms of the fluid mechanics.
My dad's watching you talk about Phillip Rivers right now and just probably laughing, loving on you.
Because fucking Phillip Rivers was awesome. He had a competitive edge to him. Yeah, he was great. He was one of the all-time good quarterbacks.
I think you need thicker glasses.
That we got to see. He was one of the best quarterbacks we got to see. He's not what? He's a top 15 quarterback you've seen in a time. Top 15?
I would have to get through the list.
He has to be, bro.
You taking Phillip or Matt Hasselbeck?
I fuck with Matt Hasselbeck.
That's why I asked you that. I know. I'm just playing.
And you know what? He got to the Super Bowl.
Good for Matt. I wish he. No, actually, I don't wish he won because it was Pittsburgh and I like Big Ben.
Well, he should have won too. They actually got it kind of wrong.
It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get back on track. Who do you trust more to win a Super Bowl? Because between Tua and Love, and it's for me, it's so hard to talk about Jordan Love because I feel like I'm being premature because it's only been 10 games. But when I look at it, it's like he's got all the skills from the pocket, and it's effortless.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I feel like the Packers got it. But here's the thing. I can still say that I think he can win a Super Bowl. He can be a top 5 guy without making him the highest paid quarterback in the league. And I will tie all this together next.
Okay. So to win a Super Bowl, I would say I would take Jordan Love. Like I saw Jordan Love go into Dallas and dismantle Dallas. And Dallas is going to be one of the top teams in the NFC, usually year in and year out. So if they can go into Dallas and dismantle them, well, now he's got a road win under his belt. He's got confidence. Like I feel like that carries, into the
Jim
next
Kelly.
season. Jim Kelly.
Your dad said it. There you got somebody that's older that knows how to do it.
There you go, got far.
I mean, you lost
Appreciate
4 fucking
that.
Super Bowls in a row.
That's crazy. Could you imagine?
I mean, we did NFC Championship games.
Yeah, but the Super Bowl is a little bit different. That hurts.
I know.
Like, bro, you lost like the last game of the season. Like that blows. Like 4 times in a row.
That's got to be the shittiest feeling in the world.
That's got to be like
you couldn't get one.
Yeah, I know.
You couldn't get one.
It's like getting married 4 times and then they all failed.
Yeah. I mean, if you get married 4 times, bro, like I don't even know what to tell you. Just stay away. Use your hand.
Well, the courthouse will be knocking, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
It ain't no traditional and eloquent.
So you have Phillip too? I'm sorry, you got Phillip. You got Jordan Love?
I got Jordan Love. I think he would win. I don't know. I have my reservations with Tua. I do like him.
I'm the same. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Can he do it? Can he win that big
I
game?
like Jordan Love's game. I think there's a lot more
there.
I think there's a lot more to unpack with his game. I think he's only going to get better. And I like the Packers core. I think they're going to be really good.
And you added Jacobs.
And obviously, hey, he has Tyreek and Jalen. Don't get me wrong. Like they're going to be awesome too. But at the same time, it's just like I worry about Tua's health. I do.
Mean, that's
I do worry about
that's
it.
Valid.
He's one hit away, man, from like, holy shit. Like, did we screw up that contract?
I'm always 1 hit away.
You know what I mean? Because think about it. If he gets hit again and he gets knocked out like that,
it's done.
That contract, what do you do?
There's probably clauses in there.
There might be.
There's probably clauses.
Yeah, that probably saves his ass because it's all about player safety.
Yeah.
So it probably benefits him more than the Dolphins.
I wouldn't go that far because I think they're not going to give him that money. They definitely have clauses in there to protect themselves from.
I wanted to ask you too. What do you feel about the Tua's "show me the money" comments to the fans in the practice? I fucking hated it. I hated it. I just feel like I felt like it was arrogant. I feel like we say this every pod. These people are brainwashed to realizing how much money these motherfuckers make.
I know.
Bro, show me the money. I just got $210 million and you guys are here to watching me. You guys are paying your hard-earned money to watch me fucking play, making $210 million. That's
meanwhile,
crazy.
I'm putting a $14 beer on a credit card.
Show me the money is crazy, fam. I would have felt away.
Look,
yeah, 100%.
I just, for me with that type of shit, it's, it sucks, man, because it's all, but like it kind of goes hand in hand. It's showbiz.
Absolutely showbiz.
But by the same token, I understand Tua's angle because Tua's been successful.
Me too.
And they weren't going to pay him. And he's saying, show me that money. I'm not playing unless I get paid. And he needs to get that money too because of his injury history.
I don't disagree.
But I know what you're saying. It's not what, it's classless.
We're conditioned.
There isn't I will forever say it, no matter how cliche it sounds. There isn't a human fucking being in this world worth $212 million. When you have
for 4 years,
you have educators making $60,000 a year.
Bro, 4 years.
That's
4 years worth of work. It's not a lifetime. You didn't make $210 million in your lifetime. If you gave me a contract that was gonna make $210 million for my lifetime, I signed it right now.
I know.
They got it in 4 fucking years.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I know.
And that's what I'm saying. We're conditioned.
Conditioned.
Show me the money. Everybody's laughing, cheering, having a good time. Meanwhile, this guy in the stands making $45,000 a year, and he hates waking up on Monday morning.
He had to take PTO to come to that.
And he's still cheering for oh my God, we're conditioned.
He had to take PTO to go to that.
Exactly.
He had to ask for a day off.
We're conditioned.
That's it. That's it. All right. This is the one I really wanted to talk about that goes back to Jordan Love and the Tua with the price tags and what they got in their contract. So Dak hasn't been paid yet. Do you think that he goes back to Dallas, or do you think how do you think it plays out? Like, is he going to play out the year on the last year of his deal? And do you think his price tag is too steep for Dallas?
I think Dak's staying. I don't think there's any way in hell Dak is leaving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it. Because one, you got to replace him.
Mm-hmm.
Two, if you get rid of him.
Oh, by the way, Trey Lance blows.
Well, we knew that. So
no, I'm just saying, they gave up a 4th round pick for him. Like, he's actually garbage.
Yeah, he's really
good for the Niners.
Absolutely.
The Niners. I just want to say this. I'm sorry for interrupting. The Niners are what smart franchises do. You took a shot. You noticed quickly that dude ain't really got it. We got to get rid of him.
Well, no, they expressed humility because they got a 4th round pick for him.
You know what I'm talking about.
They took the L.
They put that ego away.
They did.
But here's the thing. What the Jets did without Aaron Rodgers, if they hung on to Zach Wilson, bro, what are you doing? You know he's not it.
Yeah.
You knew in 2 seasons he wasn't it.
But we didn't know that about Jordan Love either, though, in fairness.
Well, he was just sitting there. He was under his rookie contract.
That's true. That's true.
So it's like, well, all right. Maybe Zach Wilson would have been different if he sat behind Rodgers too. I doubt it. But because there's just an it factor. And Zach Wilson doesn't have it.
Yeah. No, I know that.
Go ahead, though. I'm sorry about Dak.
Yeah, no, I think Dak's coming back. Because here's the thing. If Dak doesn't come back to the Cowboys, what are you going to do? You're going to sign CeeDee Lamb? Who's going to be your quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, you're going to have a wide receiver with nobody throwing the ball. And then you're going to have Micah Parsons, who's going to get another contract. So what are you going to? You're going to pay Parsons.
I won't pay that much.
And you're going to pay CeeDee Lamb, and you're not going to pay Dak. To me, that doesn't make any sense. Dak is definitely getting signed by Dallas. They're going to figure it out. I think he'll get a lot more money up front and in guarantees to help out the cap space, because I think next year Dallas has got $67 million in cap. That's minus Dak. So if Dak accounts for, I don't know, just say $50 million of that cap space, now they have $15 million. So what are they going to do with CeeDee? They're going to have to figure out a way to get him on the books, and they can, because Justin Jefferson, I believe he's getting $15 million this year, but that's on his. Is that on his rookie year?
Yeah.
Or in his second year, I think he's getting 35. Never mind. I backtracked my statement. So yeah, he's paid. So yeah, so they're gonna have to figure out a way to get CeeDee on board, and I think Parsons got 1 more year. He'll have to be tagged. Parsons has 2. Somebody's getting tagged. I think 2 people are getting signed, and somebody's getting tagged, and I think Dak's gonna be the one that's gonna be signed.
The thing for me was and I will salute Jerry for this. He's not just handing out these contracts and getting bullied by his players. He didn't do, and look,
he's not going to win.
Dak deserves it, though. Dak deserves his money. Do I think Dak should get $60 million? Absolutely not. But by the same token, what are you without Dak? If I was Dak, I would not go back, because
Dak's not taking less than Jordan Love, bro.
I know that, but my point is, it's going to take a few owners to just full send enough. That's how you stop this trend. Enough.
But the problem is that it's so hard to find a quarterback.
I get that.
That you're kind of pigeonholed, bro.
But by the same token, you are hindering your entire franchise off of one player. Dak Prescott can't drag a team to a Super Bowl. Dak Prescott can't even make an NFC Championship game. I mean, Jordan Love has 1 less playoff win than him. Dak's been in the league since 16. Jordan Love's been in the league. It was his first year start.
I get that.
So there is reservations about Dak. And here's the thing with Jerry, he's holding strong on it. But on the other side with Dak, if I'm Dak, I'm looking at him and it's like, you franchise tag me. You've never believed in me. You still don't believe in me. See ya. If you don't believe in me, I will find somebody that does.
Yeah, but the thing is that I feel like his spots, like I feel like, do you think Dak's market would be hot?
Yeah. Because I think Dak's a legitimate top 10 quarterback.
But a lot of the teams are so already locked into their quarterbacks with these contracts.
I guarantee you the Patriots would pay him.
Well, they have a rookie quarterback. They just drafted somebody way too early. I don't think Dak will be on the radar. They're out on Dak.
I don't think
the Giants will be knocking on the door.
Absolutely.
That's one team.
What about the Titans? That's a tricky situation because of Levis.
We'll see. That's a we'll see kind of.
We'll know this year.
Yeah.
Unless Drake may play this year and he really is ass.
Could be. But I doubt they get rid of him after 1 year.
The Raiders
is interesting. Very interesting.
You have Gardner Minshew.
You're right. That's an interesting spot. I don't hate it.
So I put Dak on the Raiders. Can Dak get the Raiders? Dak's going to have to compete with Justin Herbert.
But if Dak is on the Raiders' radar, then why? Like, I'm not trading Devontae Adams.
No, I don't know if they are. They said they weren't. But my thing is now Dak's going to play with Patrick Mahomes and Justin Herbert. Now, here's the thing. Dak Prescott's better than Justin Herbert right now. He's not better than Patrick Mahomes, obviously. So he's the second best quarterback in that division. I think Justin Herbert takes a leap this year because of Jim Harbaugh. That's to be determined. But
I disagree, but
that's fine. We'll talk about it, I'm sure.
I think statistically, I think he's going to decline. But that's
probably, but he's going to become a better quarterback.
I think he'll be more efficient.
But my thing is like, if Dak is, I don't think most people share the same belief that I do that Dak is better than Herbert. I think if you polled 32 GMs, you would get probably 20 that say Herbert over Dak. I genuinely believe that, and I'm going off of that because of the way I got
based on talent.
Yeah, but my thing is,
but not statistics.
But here's the thing: are you going to pay a quarterback $60 million? That's the third best quarterback in your division.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Green Bay just paid somebody the highest paid, and
Jordan Love is he's not Jared Goff's better than Jordan Love. Right?
That's what I'm saying. He's not even the best quarterback in the division, let alone the NFL. So he's got 220. The thing
that's fair. I mean that is a good point.
The problem is that I just don't see Dallas moving on. Like, who else are they going to get?
The problem is the ball's not in Dallas's court anymore.
But their
money does talk,
and their draft pick won't be high. So what are you going to do?
Third? They get a third for him, I think.
But what I'm saying is, even if they stink, even after this year, Dak walks, right?
Yeah,
their draft pick ain't going to be top 10. I don't think Dallas is going to be a bottom 10 team
unless he gets injured.
I
got you.
But I'm just saying, like,
yeah, no, I'm with you.
Their draft pick is going to be low or high, so it's like, what's the point? Like, my thing is like they're just shooting themselves in the foot by waiting.
The problem is, dude, is Dak can say, I'm not signing because he can't be tagged.
He probably is.
But he can't be tagged.
And he probably is saying that.
So does he want out?
No, I think he's playing hardball. I think he's playing business.
Would you want out if you were Dak Prescott?
Why would I? They paid him already. They paid him good money, though.
But you got tagged.
Okay.
Then you got paid.
Part of the game.
But here's the second time that you're up for a contract and you won't get paid, and you got Jordan Love and Tua and all these boys getting paid.
Yeah.
Herbert's been paid. Everybody. So it's like you see that and it's like, well,
but every situation's different. Those franchises that were able to pay their quarterbacks didn't have much. They didn't have anything on the books, so they had a bunch of money to shell out and give it to the quarterback of the future, because they don't have the roster like Dallas has. That's really what it is.
So what do you think about CeeDee Lamb? That's the next domino.
Personally, I think he's going to get tagged.
If he gets tagged, I don't see him reporting.
Because the smart thing to do is to keep one on the offense and one on the defense. I'm not getting rid of Parsons.
No, but I'm not paying Parsons for 2 years.
Well, we'll see.
He's the last to get paid.
He would have to be.
He has to be. That's the only way this would work.
That would be the guy that I tag.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Yeah.
You tag
like
Parsons if you get in a bind.
Right. Like, he's the guy I tag. But I feel like there's going to be ways that they can manipulate the contracts and when he's up for them to get those three on the books. Like, I just do. But I also feel like, and this is like a, one of those moments that I have. I feel like Jake Ferguson's I think he's a good ball player.
Jake Ferguson's also.
And I feel like in a couple of years, he's going to want some bread too. And I feel like he's going to make a name for himself in this league.
Dalton Schultz
going to be. That's what I'm saying. Like he took, but I feel like tight ends are going to start to get paid a little bit more as well.
I mean, yeah, Jake Ferguson's good.
Yeah, and that's not a piece that you want to leave.
And he was their red zone target.
I think he was fantastic.
So he was awesome. He's coming on Team Pals. So for whoever's listening,
we'll
out of them 14 guys, he's coming with me.
Well, we'll see about that.
You will. You already know what I'm about.
Yeah, you know what I'm about too.
I can't even talk like that. I'm talking like I made playoffs. I think if
I gotta give you the credit though, you do talk shit, but it's all fun in the game,
bro. My situation is
it's kind of crazy.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do with that?
It's my rosters are good, bro. There's nothing I can do.
I know.
But the thing I'm looking forward to, if I win week 1 this year, it'll be the first time I'm over 500 in 3 years.
Mm-hmm. The next time a tight end gets paid, they're getting 20 million average.
You think?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'm gonna look into Brock Bowers too.
100%.
Go there. Put it this way, CeeDee. I'm going back to where we were. CeeDee Lamb is not stepping foot on that field without a deal. It's going to be an Ezekiel Elliott 2.0 because you showed me the numbers that he's right up there with Jetta's.
He absolutely is.
And Jetta's got 35 a season. He's going to need to start at 35.1.
I don't know about all that.
I promise you, CeeDee Lamb is doing that.
You think he's getting 35?
I know he is. I know he is.
See, I feel like Justin Jefferson got that money because they have a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like CeeDee Lamb's situation is like, yo, I got Dak on my squad. Like, would I rather ball out with a rookie quarterback and make my money and lose, or rock out with Dak and try to have a chance to win and still make money and still make good money? That's the decision you got to make as a player. That's the decision. That's what's at stake. Justin Jefferson's playing with a fucking rookie. He didn't have to sign that deal.
We're going to see, but I'm telling you.
He didn't have to sign that deal, bro.
CeeDee Lamb will linger into the year if he doesn't have a contract. It's Ezekiel Elliott 2.0.
You think so?
I know. I
think he's going to hold out.
I absolutely do.
You think it's going to leak into the season?
If he's not paid, yes.
If that happens, they might as well just blow it up.
That's
because they're going to go into the season with headaches galore. Contract looming, yeah.
You got Mike McCarthy on the hot seat. You got Dak on the hot seat. You know, Parsons
how much is CeeDee Lamb making now? That's what I want to know.
I don't even know.
It's got to be peanuts, right?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Here it is. So he is making $14 million this year.
Yeah, bro. He's getting paid fucking Darnell Mooney money.
He's the 53rd highest paid.
Yeah, bro. He ain't stepping on that field.
Guess who's paid higher than him? Zay Flowers, Quentin Johnson, Treylon Burks.
And Quentin Johnson stinks.
Jahan Dotson, Robert Woods. Yeah.
Bobby Trees is?
Yeah, this is what they're making.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
the Cowboys are a disaster, bro.
They're fucked. They're a
disaster.
Trouble.
They're a disaster. It's regular, but we'll get to a point where they're going to be all that shit and all that. We'll see though.
Do you think so?
People are going to hype them up. Although I will say I haven't seen much media hype them up this year because people finally have come to the realization. They're a sideshow.
You think so?
They're not good.
I got to be honest with you, man. When I look at like the deals on this is crazy. I think, remember we shitted on Christian Kirk's deal?
It's a bargain.
Bro, it is a bargain. Like
Christian Kirk might have the best contract in the NFL for a wide receiver.
He's got 4 years, $72 million. That's $18 million a season, which is half of what Jefferson's making, almost half of what Brown's making.
It's crazy.
Both Browns, Amon-Ra and AJ. I mean, yeah. I mean, look, I'm not saying they're in the same.
Of course not. I know.
But like, he's a good fucking receiver.
You could win with Christian Kirk.
You could win with him as a competent piece.
Yeah. He's a 2.
These cap spaces are very, very interesting. I think Deebo Samuel's overpaid.
He is overpaid.
24 million a season, 12th highest paid wide receiver. I think to me, he's more of a.
He's a gadget guy.
Yeah.
Give me Christian Kirk at 18 before you give me Deebo at 24.
I don't know. Impact, maybe. I don't know.
I'm talking about wide receiver.
It depends on what system I have. If I had the Niners system, I want Deebo.
That's true. But I'm saying if you just got to line them up.
Yeah. If I'm bargain boxing, I don't mind taking Kirk.
Yeah. So
wow, that's so interesting. And Devontae Adams, $28 million.
Yeah.
6th highest paid. Like to me, he's arguably number 1 and he's arguably the best.
He's a bargain too.
At 28 million, he's a bargain,
that's
bro.
That's a good contract.
Getting paid more.
That's a good contract.
A good contract. I feel like that's a fair contract.
Yeah. 28 million.
Yeah, I know. We're conditioned. Yeah. Move on.
All right. So John Elway says the biggest mistake is him being a GM is not drafting Josh Allen. Go ahead.
What's your thoughts on that?
I think it's true.
Why?
Because Josh Allen's a hell of a player.
He's fucking awesome.
And I got news for you. Josh Allen in Denver, he would have Broncos country going nuts.
You think so?
Yeah. Because he's not a dork.
Do you think he wins in Denver? No.
No, nah.
But him and Mahomes battling would have been fucking awesome, bro.
The thing that I think is,
though,
is if you have Josh Allen and you get Sean Payton, now you're cooking.
Who's yeah. I gotta be honest, man. I kind of wish McDermott wasn't Josh Allen's head coach. I feel like that's the missing piece for him. I feel like he needs like a Hall of Fame.
You want a bold prediction?
Mastermind. That's what I think he needs.
You want a bold prediction? Sean McDermott gets fired and Joe Brady becomes the interim head coach and gets the job.
You think he's getting fired during the season?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, you think Buffalo's gonna be ass?
They're gonna be okay.
I feel like people are sleeping on them.
Of course you do. You better think that way.
And I'm one of them. I'm one of those people too. But bro, when I'm watching these clips and I'm watching Keon Coleman,
I love him.
I'm watching a superstar, bro.
Coleman?
Yeah.
How many times I got to tell you?
I'm looking at somebody that can go up and go get the football.
Yeah.
He's got good awareness on the field. He knows where he's at all times, like whether he's near the sidelines. It feels like he has really good field awareness. Like that's special. He can go up and go get the football. I feel like he can get separation. Like I feel like they have found somebody that could actually make an immediate impact.
I don't think you let Stephon Diggs go if you don't believe in the replacement. And I think he's going to have all the opportunity in the world because he lost both his receivers.
Well, they didn't know he was going to be available by the time.
They believe in him.
But what they did which I did question. Remember they moved back in the draft?
Yeah, it was.
And I was like, what the fuck are they doing? He go get a wide receiver.
Yes.
They're all on the board. They moved back and they saw this kid, and I hope it really was. I really hope it works out for him.
We'll see. I like him for fantasy this year. He'll be on team Pauls.
I think Kincaid is going to be awesome.
Kincaid's going to be good. I think Curtis Samuel's got sneaky value too. I really do, because I think Curtis Samuel can play. I think he can play the position, dude. I think, especially in our league that's deep like that, I think he holds. I think he holds some value for a flex option.
I agree.
Or a
great bench piece.
A bench piece that you can fill in during bye weeks or injury. And
trade
I
somebody.
had Curtis Samuel, I think 2 years ago, and for a few weeks he was top 10 wide receiver. He can do it. It was the year with Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I had him too, like 4 years ago.
And he can do his thing. I think Curtis Samuel is a fine wide receiver.
Yeah, I think in the right spot, I think he can absolutely shine.
He reminds me of John Ross. That little guy that just can get open and make plays.
John Ross was just like fast.
But he just reminds me of that type of guy where you look at his name and you don't worry about him, but you look up and he's got you 12 points.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I view him.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
That's how I view him.
He's kind of like Deontay Johnson for me then. Like I know he's gonna get me.
Don't even mention that fucking guy.
He's gonna be awesome too this year, but yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I've been telling you.
I know.
I've been on it. I'll see you at the debate.
All right.
If Tom changed, he wouldn't get a Rashad Penny retired after 6 seasons. That dude had so much hope.
He did, man.
Yeah, who was the Chris Carson when they were together? Mikey P said he was top 5 RB1. Mikey P, we're gonna have you back on soon, and you're gonna have to.
Yeah, he was tripping on that one. That was crazy.
We're gonna have to revisit that one.
Chris Carson, and he hasn't played a snap since.
We gotta talk. Yeah, he really hasn't. He broke his neck and retired. That's great. He put the kibosh on him.
And then Denver, they stunk.
We're gonna have to talk to bro.
Oh man, Mikey P.
He's got to.
Oh my
himself.
God.
But yeah,
Good
dude,
times.
he retired, which is crazy because he had a lot of promise. He just injury bug, bad,
very bad. The Eagles. I mean, we signed him. We're like, oh yeah, we
for
got
500,000.
Yeah, I know. It's just fake optimism.
I know. So, all right, guys. Next week we'll begin all of our NFL content. We are finally back. We're going to be doing the reviews, the previews. We're going to start next week breaking down the NFC and AFC West. We're going to go division by division, give our picks and over and under on win totals. The content is going to be coming back finally because we're really going to be able to get into our specialty here.
Our shit.
I cannot wait for that. Before we get out of here, though, let's talk about the Phillies.
Yeah.
Losers of 10 out of the last 14. Haven't won a series since the Dodgers.
But they lost 11 out of the last 15 now because they lost today. I'm sorry.
Be better. 11 out of the last 15. Haven't won a series since the Dodgers. Got swept by the fucking Yankees. Bryce Harper's 1 for his last 30. JT is 2 for his last 25. Bryson Stott, I don't know what he's on. Bone was all right.
Trey's batting 200 for
Trey's batting 200. I don't know what his fucking is. I'm not panicked though. This was going to happen, and I'm glad it's happening right now.
Yeah, but we're losing a lot of ground,
bro. But it's not. It doesn't matter, bro. Get this. Every team slumps. Get this slump out of the way. Just get it out of the way. Get yourself together. And next Sunday, please don't lose by 2 touchdowns when we're at the game.
Yeah, I know. Because we're going to the game in Arizona, and that's going to be fucking awesome.
If we lose some 14-4 in Arizona, that would be so. I told you that's happening.
That would be deflated. But why would you say that? Why do you want to put that in the air? Are you preparing yourself? Is that what it is?
Because
preparation.
I drove to Green Bay.
We're conditioned
for 18 and a half hours to watch Mark Sanchez and the 9-3 Eagles get blown the fuck off the field and then miss the playoffs that year.
We're conditioned.
I know what to expect. I know what to expect, and it's okay.
Okay, so you're preparing for the worst and hoping for the best.
That's it.
I like that. But I also feel like I pray that we get our shit back.
Yeah, I pray.
By the time we're in Arizona, like I want to see us win that game.
Oh, that I'm with you on that. I don't want to
go there.
I want to get in a groove.
I want to get into a groove before we get to that game. So I feel like a little bit more confident going in that game because right now I feel like you're right. I feel like we're gonna go there. And we're so excited to go to the game. And that's one of the highlights of our weekend. We're going to get dog walked. And we're going to get our ass fucking busted. Corbin Carroll's going to hit fucking moonshots. Marino's going to hit triples. It's going to be ugly. Cattell Marte is going to be hitting ground rule doubles.
Marty.
Yeah. I don't want to see that. I want to see the Phillies perform.
I know. I want him to perform like Pauls.
Perform.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just don't want him to get blown out of the fucking building. Dude, I will be devastated if that happens. But we
will laugh our ass off if it does happen, though, because
it'll be the funniest thing ever because it would just be so fitting. And then on my plane ride home for 5.5 hours, that's all I'm going to think about. I just flew out here. I'm hungover. I'm sick. And I just watched my squad get blown out the building.
Well,
it was like, bro, that went down.
It was like Drew Angeluzzi when he went to Dallas, bro.
And they got blown out of the building.
That's worse.
What game was that? Was it the Vikings or something?
That was the Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
The Eagles went there and smacked the shit out of him, bro. He went all the way to Dallas, and they lost by 20. They lost by 30 or something. They got crushed.
That's.
And he tweeted about it. He was like, man, I really went all the way to Dallas to watch my team get blown out by 4 touchdowns. I'm just like, damn.
I want him to get on here, dude. Yeah, I recruited him. I really do want him to come on here.
I know.
Because he knows his shit. I want him on here.
That was so funny, bro. Because, dude, that's all-time classic.
Of course.
Bro, you paid about at least a solid G to go to the game, go to Dallas, watch your favorite team play, and they got their ass kicked. That's crazy, dog.
What do you think about Austin Hayes and Carlos Estevez before we get out of here?
Estevez, I think he's middle of the pack.
He's regular.
I think he's regular.
I'm fine with him though.
It's an arm. It's an arm, and I'm cool with it. I like Austin Hayes. I didn't love it. I thought it was confusing. But I'm confused by the whole Marsh not being an everyday player. I love Marsh. I think he's awesome. I think he brings energy to the team.
That's Gianni's guy now.
Yeah, really?
Last night, it's so funny. Last night we're watching the game. I'm dead serious. We just get out of the bath. We go lay in bed. And I'm like, yeah, you want to watch the Phillies? So we're laying there, and Marsh comes up to bat, and he goes, Daddy, Brandon Marsh. And I started laughing. I'm like, yo, how do you know that? And he's like, his beard.
His beard.
And I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, that's awesome. I didn't even know he knew his name.
That's fucking awesome.
But I told him, like, Gianni, I was like, that's one of Daddy's favorite players. I was like, he plays really, really hard.
I think he's just a glue guy. I think he's a guy that you need.
When you are a glue guy and you play hard, they always find a spot for you.
They respect you.
Garrett Stubbs.
The superstars on the team respect you.
Garrett Stubbs.
You're part of them.
Rojas.
Rojas plays hard. He does. Despite his bat, he plays hard.
I'm a Rojas fan, man.
Me too.
I get it.
Me too.
I get it.
too.
And it's hard to hit a baseball, dude, but I'm a fan of Rojas. I can't help it. I think he's a fucking Gold Glove.
I think he's
fielder.
improved.
He is. He makes good contact now.
I think, yeah.
He can make contact. It's not like he's up there like it was like game 7 and 6 last year where you're like, yo, this is an automatic out.
Right.
An automatic strikeout.
Now I feel like I have like a glimmer of hope. Like I've seen him produce. I've seen him get some RBIs. Like I've seen him in some decent situations, but
I'm just a huge fan and I love his defense, dude. I can't get over it.
I think he's great.
The way he can just run the field, the way he gets to jump on the ball, the way he tracks the ball. When I watch him do that, dude, like it's honestly, it's a thing of beauty. And maybe I'm overreacting on it, but when I watch him play center field, he knows how to play that position.
Yeah. No, I think his reaction time is special. Like,
it's his first step, dude. Like he just, when the ball's hit and he hears the sound of the ball off the bat, he knows
where to go.
His first step is always correct.
Mm-hmm.
And the most important thing when you're tracking a ball is your first fucking step.
Yeah.
I've been burned. I've made great catches because my first step has been good.
Yep.
I've also had a ball go 25 feet over my head because my first step was 3 steps in on a line drive, and I'm turning back looking at it as Tom's yelling at me at first base. But I'm just saying, man, I really like. He's a 250 average away from being a stud.
No, I totally agree. And then what also makes him special too, that I like his game is like his impact on the bases. Like I feel like he's always a threat to steal second. He's so fucking fast. Like, and
a ball gets hit to the right field gap, bro. You got him on first. He's scoring.
Absolutely. And last night, like prime example, we tied the game
and you put him on
based on him getting a home because of pass ball.
Yes.
Like his speed is such a game changer. And I do like Rojas. I think he's going to get better. And but going back to the Austin Hayes, I know he hit a home run. And he was close to hit a home run today.
He almost to win it. Dude, it got to the warning track and I'm like, oh my God. I would have been so happy. I will say this.
He gives us a better chance at the bottom of the lineup.
Yes.
So to roll it over to our dogs.
He's a good 8.
He's a great 9. Pause.
Pause on me too. He's a great 8 and a good 9 is crazy.
Let's wrap this shit up, man.
Yeah. All right, guys. After that concludes episode 209. We'll be back for episode 210 next Wednesday at 8:00. And as I said before, it'll be NFC West and AFC West.
We're conditioned. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate all the love, support, and the comments. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on YouTube. We're also available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeart, Stitcher,
and all that other shit.
Also, follow us on all of our social platforms. We are diving deep, heavy into football next week. You do not want to miss our content moving forward. We're going to be diving deep into each division, fantasy football, and a lot more. So you do not want to miss this coming season. So we are starting next week, and we will see you guys next week for episode 210, right? 210?
Yeah.
210, baby. Peace. We're conditioned.
That's amazing.